Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In this clip, I am going to explore William Wordsworth's poem She Dwelt Among the Untrodden Ways. And it's one of the five Lucy poems of Wordsworth, and it's really a moving and profound one. Now the next point, that who is referred to in the title. So, in the title, Lucy, the mysterious and not specified girl, is mentioned. At the same time, the title highlights Lucy's unnoticed living and her unexplored life. Now, the next point is about the composition year. So, Wordsworth composed this poem in the year 1798. And as per the structure is concerned, the entire poem is of 12 lines and divided into 3 stanzas. And for genre, it's a ballad in 12 lines, and at the same time, it's a romantic poem. Now, the next poem that we must know is about the time period. That is, when was it written actually? So, it was written during the English Romantic period, which is from 1798 to 1837. Now, concerning the themes of this poem, we must remember the external nature, solitude, tranquility, beauty, loss, death, and personal grief. And as per the rhyme scheme is concerned, the poem is written in ABAB. That means in ABAB rhyme scheme. And the tone of this poem is melancholic. Dear friends, now the key points for the better understanding of the poem. The poem focuses on an unknown girl or woman named Lucy. Lucy's beauty remains unexplored and unknown as she lives in a secluded place. The place setting of the poem, that is near the springs of the river Dove, asserts the secluded and tranquil natural state. And here is a tone of contrast as the whole world seems indifferent to Lucy, whereas the deep attachment of the poet persona is also there with her. And here the poet persona makes use of simple language. And here is the celebration and glorification of the poet speakers, that is, the individual emotion and personal experience. And in this poem, the poet deals with the romantic characteristics. Dear viewers, now the line by line analysis of the poem. So let's begin with the title. The title of the poem refers to Lucy and asserts her secluded living away from human attention and her state of being unrecognized by the world. Now, stanza 1. So, stanza 1 describes Lucy as an isolated figure who lives in a secluded place. Now, line 1. Here is the reflection of the title itself, and it shows that Lucy lived in a tranquil and untrodden place. The phrase untrodden ways refers to the same point that Lucy remains isolated from the world, from society, as her place is not frequently visited by people. In line number 2, the poet persona mentions the springs of Dove River, and near it, Lucy resides in nature and with nature. Here is the very assertion that, like the river or its water, Lucy also symbolizes purity and simplicity, and this way she is connected to nature by being an innocent one. In the third line, the word maid is used to address Lucy, and it also asserts that the young Lucy is not getting praise or admiration or appreciation of her beauty from anyone, as she remains away from the larger world. And in line number 4, the poet persona mentions that Lucy is really alone, as she remains alone and as she has only very few people who love her and care for her. Dear viewers, now the second stanza. And you must know that stanza 2 depicts Lucy's beauty through various comparisons. And in the beginning line of stanza 2, here is the comparison between Lucy and a violet flower. And just as the violet flower blooms there by a mossy stone which works as the obstacles or obscurity, regarding the exposition of the flower's beauty. And because of this kind of rough surroundings, like that of the mossy stone, the flower's beauty remains unexplored and unseen. Similarly, Lucy also remains overlooked or unrecognized by people, and it shows her quiet life. Now, the next lines of this stanza 2 actually expresses that Lucy is a different one, because here Lucy is compared to lonely but bright star, and it bears the very connotation that though Lucy is alone and rare, but at the same time she is a special one, she is a bright one, and most importantly she is a pure one. So dear viewers, now the third stanza or the last stanza. In this concluding stanza, the poet persona informs Lucy's death and at the same time his own personal loss. The beginning section of this third stanza mentions that Lucy lives away from the crowd of people, away from the hustle and bustle of society. This portion also informs that Lucy is known by few people only, and it once again proclaims her secluded and solitary living. In the second line, here is a sad undertone referring to Lucy's death, and it shows that Lucy is dead in the unnoticed place and she never gets the opportunity, she never gets the recognition, she never gets the importance in her entire lifetime. And here the poet persona indirectly refers to Lucy's death using the word sees instead of death. And in the last section of this stanza, here is a reference to Lucy's direct death, as mentioned by the poet speaker. At the same time, he also referred to his related sudden and personal grief, along with a sense of detachment due to Lucy's death. Dear viewers, you must know that a number of rhetorical figures have been used by the poet in the plot of this poem, like metaphor, simile, personification, and as far the conclusion is concerned, it's a poem by Wordsworth on nature, love, personal attachment, and detachment, along with sorrow, romantic spirit, and memory. So, this is about Wordsworth's poem, She Dwelt Among the Untrodden Hills. We'll come back very shortly with another interesting topic. So, stay connected and please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.